Bruno, is very active in the local and legal community. She chaired the family law section of the Lee County Bar Association between 2008 and 2010. She sat on the board of the Lee County Legal Aid Society between 2009 and 2010. She was on the organizing, She was an organizing board member of the Collaborative Professionals of Southwest Florida, a member of the Association of Family Law Professionals. She also gives her time to community service projects such as coaching high school mock trial teams and presenting pro se litigants on family and workers' compensation matters. Attorney Kathy Bruno, for your collaboration and partnership to promote diversity in Collier County, we honor you as a 2015 Woman of Distinction.
Good job, Rob.
Our next honoree is Ms. Carolyn Green. Ms. Green is the Senior Community Outreach Specialist in the Office of Community Outreach at Florida Gulf Coast University. In her role, she has the opportunity to mentor females from low socioeconomic environments and facilitate retention workshop sessions for student groups. She was formerly the liaison to the Hispanic Society of Southwest Florida, where she extended college readiness classes to high school youth from bilingual backgrounds. She is now a representative of FGCU on both the Blanchard House Museum of African American Culture and History and the Nations Association Charities Board. Carolyn, for your active volunteerism and community service in the Fort Myers and Cape Coral metropolitan communities, we honor you as a 2015 Woman of Distinction.
Our next honoree is Mrs. Tanya Lowe, an entrepreneur and insurance professional representing State Farm Insurance since 1988. A native of Jacksonville, Florida, Mrs. Lowe graduated with her bachelor's degree from the University of Florida. She became a State Farm University instructor, where she provided insurance and financial service training to hundreds of associates. As the company evolved, Tanya was selected as one of the first agency training specialists responsible for training State Farm agents and their teams. Her passion for developing others earned her a rewarding position as an agency business consultant and ultimately in her current role as a State Farm agent. Committed to lifelong learning and development, she received her Chartered Life Underwriter's designation from the American College. She is currently a Chartered Financial Consultant designee. And Tanya, for your contribution to the community through your work in the insurance and financial planning industry, we honor you as a 2015 Woman of Distinction.
Our next honoree is Ms. Susan McManus, President of the Education Foundation of Collier County. Mrs. McManus co-founded the Education Foundation of Collier County, now being rebranded as Champions for Learning.
Congratulations.
Under her leadership, her organization developed the successful Take Stock in Children program and the Golden Apple Teacher Recognition Awards. Mrs. McManus serves on the board of the Latzinger Center for Learning of the University of Florida, which utilizes the intellectual and research capabilities of the University of Florida to partner with educational, philanthropic, and community-based institutions to promote high-quality teaching, improve school performance, develop educational leaders, secure parental engagement, and mobilize communities to meet the needs of children. Susan, for your dedication and commitment to the pursuit of a quality education for every child, we honor you as a 2015 Woman of Distinction. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Mrs. Barbara Melvin. Mrs. Melvin is Vice President and Business Development Officer for Wells Fargo Bank. She's taking a short way. She has over 24 years in banking and finance, where she has progressively built her career, starting as a part-time teller and advancing as a district manager to her current role in business and banking. Mrs. Melvin has demonstrated an outstanding commitment to community service, including President of Dress for Success, Vice President of the Haitian Coalition of Collier County, Vice President of the NAAC Collier County Branch, and President of the Small Business Resource Network of Southwest Florida. Barbara, for your commitment to volunteerism and community service and your achievements in banking and finance, we honor you as a 2015 Woman of Distinction.
Our next honoree is Dr. Kamala Patton. Dr. Patton is in her 4th year as Superintendent of Collier County Public Schools. She joined the district in June 2011, following a 24-year career with Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Over the past 3 years, Dr. Patton has revised and improved existing programs, instituted new technological tools to improve communication, and initiated new programs that move this school district in a positive direction with an increase in student achievement. Dr. Patton was recently named an eSchool Learning 2014 National Tech Savvy Superintendent Award winner. She is a recipient of the 2013-2014 Outstanding Superintendent Communicator Award. Dr. Patton was named by Gulf Shore Business as the 41 people with the most clout in Southwest Florida and a Power Woman by Florida Weekly Magazine. She's a member of numerous boards, including being voted by her peers for the Board of Directors of the Florida Association of District School Superintendents. For her foresight and community collaboration to foster diversity in Collier County, we honor Dr. Kamala Patton as a 2015 Woman of Distinction. Accepting this award on her behalf is Ms. Cynthia Battle, a member of Delta Sigma Theta Collier County Alumni Chapter and a representative of the Collier County School District.
She's also our recording secretary. Our next honoree is Mrs. Teresa Shaw. The President and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Collier County. Mrs. Shaw has more than 30 years' experience and an educator, an advocate for youth and families. In her current role, she is responsible for providing leadership and direction for the operations and advancing the organizational vision of the Boys and Girls Club, the mission and strategic plan of the club, a youth development organization with 1 main campus and 4 school sites serving over 300 youth in Collier County. This is very good. Over 87% of the club's youth qualify for free and reduced lunch, indicating low income status. This is even better. Under her direction, youth scores have escalated. For example, 87% of club members are reading at grade level or higher, compared to examples of 54% of third graders in Collier County. Math proficiency is at 85%. This is due to the structured academic support that each club member receives through one-on-one tutoring, individualized homework assistance, and mentoring. Teresa, for your leadership in getting it going, girl, we honor you for your service to youths and families in Collier County as a 2015 Woman of Distinction.
Our next honoree is Mrs. Cheryl Thomas. Mrs. Thomas is a retired registered dietitian with Collier County Public Schools. She has over 25 years of experience as a dietitian and now uses her unique skill set to motivate, encourage, and supervise children and adults and the necessity of positive nutrition education in their daily lives. Mrs. Thomas has held leadership roles in 3 southern states where females had little to no accessibility to such dietetic positions. Cheryl, for your longtime commitment, and this award is probably long overdue, to nutrition education and community service, we honor you as a 2015 Woman of Distinction. Thank you.
Here you go, girl. Get ready.
Our final honoree is Mrs. Gail Williams, the Chief Diversity Officer for Hodges University. Mrs. Williams has served as an active member of the Hodges University Diversity Committee since its inception in 2005. Mrs. Williams was a recipient of the 2012 FACE Award in Education presented by the Latinos Magazine and Gulf Shore Business Magazine. She is the president of the Southwest Florida chapter of the Florida Diversity Council and serves on the board of the Florida Diversity Council. For her exemplary work for being done under her leadership, Hodges University was the recipient of the 2012 Insight into Diversity Higher Education Excellence in Diversity Award. This award was given in public recognition of Hodges' outstanding commitment to diversity and inclusion. Gail, for your leadership and collaboration with organizations throughout Southwest Florida to promote diversity, we honor you as the 2015 Woman of Distinction.
have one final round of applause for all of our I'd now like to ask Ms. Christine Rollins to come to the podium and share a few brief remarks.
To all of the queens out there, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? To the esteemed Charlene Hunter-Goff, my sorrow, our amazing honorees. We are humbled by your tenacity to lead, serve, and empower others. Today, we have sorors who have traveled from Detroit, Michigan, West Palm Beach, and surrounding Southwest Florida to celebrate with us during Women in History Month. We would like to acknowledge all ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Will you please stand? All members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. All ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Each one of you, we bleed this room today. We let you see how much we love each other. We come from Orlando area, from all parts of the world to celebrate this Women in History Month with these honorees. Sorors, you may be seated. It just doesn't bleed red because we have some other fellow Greeks in the room. We must acknowledge our AKA sisters. Stand, pink and green. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. We thank our pink and green sisters for supporting us today. It just doesn't bleed red and pink and green. It also bleeds royal blue and white. Stand up, CIB. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Like our sister said, all Deltas support each other and all Greeks support each other. We must also recognize the men in our lives who encourage and support us. So we want every man to stand up so we can give you some love. Stand up, men. Stand up. Stand up. You see, when some of those wives ask those husbands about coming to Hattitude, they probably said, it's not a man thing. We want you all to know that we appreciate you for standing by us, standing beside us, and walking with us. It would be robbery if I did not acknowledge my friend, the Honorable Jennifer Edwards, Supervisor of Election, who have supported the Collier County Alumni Chapter since our chartering in Collier County. Stand up and give her another hand, please. The reason why we do that is because our elected officials owe us an obligation. Clap. We invite all of them. They won't come. They make excuses and some just won't even acknowledge us at all. So we must thank Jennifer for giving up her Sunday afternoon to be with the women of Delta. We also would like to thank AAWU, the Women Republic Club of Naples Federated, and the Women League of Voters. Those women came today to support the women of Delta Sigma Theta. Stand up, ladies, wherever you are. We want to tell you we thank you, we love you, and we appreciate you for supporting us on this day. We thank our partners, Hodges University, who sponsored today for us, their new president, in his absence, Dr. Borowski. We want to thank our partner, Kaiser University, whose president is here today. Stand, please. And we always pay our respects to Lee Pitts Live, who always look out for the women of Delta. Lee Pitts, our media sponsor. The only one who said, yes, send me, I will go. We invited the news media, and because no one was stealing over here, no one was raping over here, and there was no crime to report in Collier County, they wouldn't come. They choose to stay and chase after bad news and not come and hear about the good news that's happening over here at Hodges University. But it's okay. We thank Lee Pitts Live. We thank our caterer, Michelle, and we want to say to you finally, the women of Delta operate upon the 5-point thrust. And on your table this afternoon is an envelope. And one of our thrusts is international awareness and involvement. We would like for you to partner with us to help us purchase a well for clean drinking water for our school, the Cynthia Butler McIntyre Elementary School in Haiti. No amount is too small. I would ask for Wildemie Joseph to please stand, who is the committee chair. Wildemie is the committee chair. She is Haitian, and she has worked very passionately to make this happen. And we ask you today to remove an envelope and put something in that envelope and leave it for us to make this well happen. Finally, don't forget our hats over there. Silent auction. We weren't born with silver spoons in our mouths. Some of us grew up picking peanuts and cotton. So we're still struggling to make ourselves known in Collier County. So we ask that you support us and continue to support us, and we will continue to support you. To my beautiful, dynamic, courageous sorors who took a seed and thought of Hattitude, a day so women can be celebrating together. Don't we look good, men?
Yep.
Don't we look good, men?
Yep. Yeah.
Soror Hunter Galt has already told us that we are queens. And when we leave out of this room, we will leave out with our head up high. We will strap our stuff because we are queens. Thank you. I apologize because they told me I only had 2 minutes. And so how can you close from such a beautiful occasion on this afternoon in 2 minutes? So I overtook my 2 minutes. I said, if speaker can exceed her time, sure the president can get another minute.
That's right.
We have a book signing, and we ask for you to give the author, Charlene Hunter Galt, an opportunity to get out in her spot to sign your book.
Right.
She'll tell you how much the book is. We also have an announcement that the NAACP of Collier County cordially invite Delta Sigma Theta and our guests to a fun and fabulous party at Chico's Waterside. And it's March 19th from 5 to 8. And it's not just for Delta Sigma Theta, it's for everybody who's looking for some beautiful clothes to wear. And then we say to you, meet a friend today. Meet a friend. Network with somebody that you can go back and invite her to something that's happening here. Thank you.
Great job.
Oh, excuse me. This is important because, hold it 1 second. This is important because someone might think, how did you come up with the recipients? How many of you want to know how did we come up with the recipients? Each one of these ladies have supported the women of Delta Sigma Theta, the Collier County Alumni Chapter, before we became a chapter because we had to go through an experimental stage. And once we became an established chapter, they got on board and they continue to support our 5-point thrust. So if you want to be a recipient, get on board and support Collier County Alumni Chapter Delta Sigma Theta.
Got you, Tanya. Gail. Teresa, look up. Barbara. Okay.